Creating the Life You Want workshop. So my first question for you as we start this beautiful journey of creating the life you want is to really ask yourself, a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you on what you want? So 10 is, I am crystal clear. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I want. Like I can taste it. I can feel it. It is so clear to me that I could literally describe it to you and you would feel like you are right there with me. It might be the furthest thing from your reality right now, but it's really, really clear. That would be a 10. A 1 is, I have no idea. I just know that I don't want what I'm experiencing, but I don't know what I actually want. And that's really important to clarify, just becoming aware. And let me know in the chat, scale of 1 to 10, where are you in terms of your clarity, in terms of knowing what you want? You would be stunned at how many people I sit with and work with who have no idea what they want because we have been talked out of what we want. We have been talked out. So think about, as a little kid, you knew exactly what you came into this world and you were just like, cake, like you reach for the cake, or a toy, or oh my God, that's so beautiful, a flower. Or you just wanted to, you go into these make-believe worlds and you were so excited about possibility, even if it wasn't on this plane yet, even if it wasn't on this earth yet. And then you would say, I want, or I dream, or, and then parents, teachers, authorities, external figures would say, no, you can't have that. That's not realistic, or that's not possible, sweetheart. And that was honest, oftentimes from the best of intentions, like the no that we got repetitively. That's why there's a really powerful parenting skill that's, instead of saying no, you say, how about this, sweetheart? So a child isn't learning to cut off their connection to being a creator. So what happened to most of us is we had this desire, which is a very strong, powerful, clear impulse. But when we are told no so many times, there's a kind of system that kicks into gear that goes, why even bother? I'm not going to get it anyway. So what's the point of even asking for it? What's the point of even having awareness of it? It hurts too much to know what I want and be shut down. So I'm looking at, a lot of your, so 6, 9, 6, 4, 5, 5, 5, 7, 8, 8, 3, 10. So notice we're across, there's such a variation here. And every answer here is so freaking powerful because you're starting to attune with your own clarity. And this is whether you're a 1 or a 10 or somewhere in between. This awareness is going to help you because we're going to map today. We're going to actually go into a map, an energetic map of where your particular block is. Okay, where your particular block is. And if you know where your particular block is, then you know where to apply some clearing, some energy to clean that up. So I'm going to be sharing today 7 manifestation accelerators. Okay, 7 manifestation accelerators. And then we're going to go into this map, which is really connected to your energetic body. But the reason I'm doing this workshop is because so many people, many of you know, I just moved to another country. And so many people, so many of you have been asking me for a couple months now, how did you just like pick up and move to another country? Like, how did you do that? Like logistically, energetically, like what were the steps? I have an amazing client I'm working with right now. And finally, her question, asking me the way she asked it, made me do this workshop because I was like, God, that's such a good question. She's working in a traditional career and she is a powerful healer. And she has a vision of, helping other people. She wants to have a property in Spain and travel the world and have the freedom of schedule, of time, of finances, of location. But she's like, how do I even do that? Like, how do I go from a traditional career to a purpose-driven career that comes from my soul? She's like, can you map out the steps for me? And I'm like, okay, I am going to make a workshop and voila, this is it today. So whether you want to create a life of freedom, you want to create your own business, you want to start a family, you want to buy a house, you want better health, you want to enjoy your life, whatever that is for you, we're going to clarify it and we're going to help you unlock whatever, kind of clean up and make space so that you can create some momentum in your life so you're not held back by a blind spot, by an energetic block. Okay, how does that sound? So let's start by taking a deep, beautiful breath in and exhaling it out. It's so interesting. Usually everyone's on camera and everyone except for Jane is off camera today. So it's fascinating because a large part of what we are talking about today, and I encourage you to be on camera, be seen, you know, and just tune in to what that feels like to let yourself be seen. Thank you. It's so good to connect and actually see faces. Okay. So there are 7 manifestation accelerators, and I'm not going to get too deep into my story, but I'll just say I used to work in corporate America. I had a very cool job in corporate America. I worked for Warner Brother Records, so I was in the music business, but I had to deal with a lot of crap. And I just remember the pain of being a free spirit, being a highly creative spirit, being a highly sensitive person, an empath, and being stuck in an office. Like, no matter how cool the job was, no matter how many famous musicians and people I got to hang out with and have private concerts, with, and have, movie premiere tickets and really work with some awesome people. The reality was I was still locked in an office, looking out the window, dreaming about being free. And I just could feel in my soul that I was sitting on all of this gold. Like, I had all this creative power. I was in my 20s, so I wasn't like aware of what it was yet. But I just knew that doing data entry or scheduling for my boss or getting yelled at by Rod Stewart's manager or, just things like that, that was in my destiny. Like, that was a very limited reality that I was living in, but I could not see a path to bring me to the freedom I wanted. I wanted to travel. I wanted to inspire others. I wanted to get paid to inspire others. And at the time, the only way I saw to do that was acting. So I was acting at night and I was going to my corporate job during the day. I wanted to, just play and explore and learn about different cultures. I didn't want to be stuck in an office. The one biggest thing I knew is that it really hurt to have to be somewhere at 9 o'clock every single morning and trek through an hour and a half of traffic on the 101 in Los Angeles, California, and do that again in the evening and have zero time for my health, for my joy, for myself to even discover what I was here to do. And I didn't know the path, and I'm sort of making this workshop for that version of me and anyone here who is in a reality that's just not aligned with your soul, because this is going to help you. This is going to give you the map. And I just want to say that little child that you once were, who was a dreamer, who could see possibility, who didn't know no, N-O, didn't know impossibility until it was taught, until we learned it, is still inside of you. And that dimension of you, until she, he, they are unlocked from inside, life is going to feel almost like a powerless experience where the power is outside. So for some of us, it's we're programmed to believe the power is outside, in the government, in our teachers, in our parents, in our spouses, in something outside. And the beautiful thing I just want you to touch into before we even dive in is put both of your hands just below your navel and take a deep, deep breath in. And I want you to feel this center of your body, because most of us are really locked in our minds. We're locked in, learning and right and wrong and all of these things, but just starting to bring your breath a little bit deeper than the chest and down into your lower belly. this is the energetic center that's connected to I want, I desire. It's this creative power that we all have. And just start to assess if you feel like you can bring your breath into your low belly, even lower than the navel. Or does it feel difficult to even breathe down there? I know for me, it felt impossible to breathe there for a long time, and I still work with this. How much life force can you bring into your lower abdomen, even, to your womb space or to that area in between your pelvis, even like really deep in there? How much breath can you bring in there? So take a deep, deep exhale first to make space, pulling your lower belly towards your spine, and take a deep breath in, receiving, receiving, receiving. And notice if the breath habitually is trying to go somewhere else, and it's okay, just notice that. And just take a few reset breaths. So intending the breath to go lower. And once you fill up the lower belly, then letting the breath come up to the belly and up to the heart. And exhaling it out. And then taking one of your hands, placing one hand on your heart, the other one is on your lower belly. And just setting an intention for this workshop. And that intention might have something to do with easily creating what it is that you truly want to create. It might have something to do with accessing the wisdom and the clarity that's innate within you. It might have something to do with activating the confidence and the courage required to go for what you already know you need to do, that you're called to do. It might be giving yourself permission to enjoy and fully live your life. So taking another deep, deep breath in and exhaling it out. Okay. So I'm going to run through, and feel free to write down anything that is coming up, any questions. Those of you who are here live, you can put those in the chat. Yeah, Robin, all of those, please. I think you are referring, yeah. So 7 manifestation accelerators. So these don't happen like linear, like 1, 2, 3, like first I do this and then I do that. They kind of all work together. And the first one we've already talked about, which is owning your heart's joyous desire. Owning your heart's joyous desire. And so many people, like I talked about earlier, they don't even allow themselves to dream. Like they don't even allow themselves to know what they want because it's too painful to know. Because if I know and I can't go for it or I get shut down, I don't want to feel that again. So curiously, and please write in the chat, like if you could create anything in your life, what is it that you really want to create? We have a whole community here, so you never know what you write down might actually be something that someone in this community has a resource for you on, right? Or it just sparks something in someone else. It's like, oh my God, that's exactly what I want too. It helps like kind of jog our memory of what is inside of us. Okay. So owning your heart's joyous desire. A lot of people here, and let me know in the chat if you consider yourself an empath or a highly sensitive person. Just write empath in the chat so I know. But a lot, and I work with so many empaths, okay? Mostly empaths. I definitely understand this deeply. Yeah, so many people, many empaths, meaning those of us who feel deeply, we really move through life in a sensory way. We can feel other people's feelings. We definitely feel the energy in a room when we walk into it. Oftentimes, we can be shut down from our desires because first we want to save, rescue, fix the world. It's like there's so much pain in the world that, oh my God, there's so many people who need help. Who am I to focus on what I want? Like how selfish. That's the misunderstanding that many empaths deal with. So just notice for you, are you clear on what you want? Are you clear on what you want? And if you are, just write yes. And if you're not, write, or you've already told me scale of 1 to 10. But wow, a lot of empaths, empath, HSP, empath, HSP, empath. Yep, empath for better or worse. Empath, HSP. Okay, we are in good company. So just feeling into your heart's desire. And now what that really entails is having the courage. And if you just do it on your own paper or here in the chat or both, having the courage. Yeah, okay, Julie. So 7 out of 10. Beautiful. And that's great. Like, celebrate that you are 70% clear, right? Because oftentimes we can go, but I really need that extra 30%. But just like wherever you are, whether it's a 1, 2, 7, 9, 10, just celebrate your awareness where you are now. So for your own clarity, please write down, at least in your notebook, what do you want? Not what do other people want you to want, not what do other people expect you to have. And that, I mean, that can be so painful when other people don't get it. And they're like, oh, you don't have this? How can you be happy and not have this? And you're like, I'm extremely happy. Like, I love my life. But they're like, but you don't live in the traditional structure. Like, you must be miserable. And it's like, actually, I'm thriving. So the influence, the group think can be very painful if we get swayed by status quo and what most people want for you. So it's really important why we were breathing into the lower body is just starting to connect with that creative power inside. And through the workshop, if you need to keep your hand there, connect, stay present with your body. Really stay present with your body and let yourself through this workshop. You're going to have some ahas, things are going to pop, things are going to open. Let yourself write down, oh my God, I want this. I definitely want this. And let yourself dream. So what is it that you want? Okay. Let's say that you are clear on what you want. So the second key here, the second manifestation accelerator, is to be a disciple of your dream. I have no idea why balloons just went across the screen. What happened when I did this? That was really weird. I don't know. How did that happen? Okay. So being a disciple of your dream, being a disciple, the universe is celebrating what you want and what I want and what we want. So being a disciple of your dream. Okay. And just notice in these 7 manifestation accelerators, which ones are strong for you. Like if the first one, you know what you want, you're super clear, amazing. And if you're not, it's an opportunity to take some time, like go outside after this workshop, take your journal and just sit under a tree and get honest. For your eyes only, what do I truly want that I haven't been willing to admit to myself? What do I truly want that I don't want anyone to know? What do I secretly want that feels edgy to let anyone know about? Give yourself permission to have that kind of intimacy with yourself. You know, desire, the word desire, like we were born out of desire. Like all of life comes from desire. This plant came out of desire. We were born from desire. And a lot of spiritual seekers see it as bad. Oh, it's wrong to want things. I should just be like happy with what I have. And there's so much beauty to that. And we are in human bodies that are here to expand. And so desire, there's actually a powerful root to that word, desire, of the sire, of the king, of God is another way of putting it, okay? So desire is planted within us. You have a desire that's unique to you that I don't have. It's literally inside of you. It's in the seed of you for a reason. If you have a desire to share a particular message with people, that's yours, not mine. And it's your job to honor that seed. It's like your divine architecture or the divine code inside of you. So if you're not willing to even admit it to yourself, like I just moved to another country and I tried living in other places and it was so painful. Like we had moved to Asheville, North Carolina. It's beautiful, mountains, awesome. I didn't like it there. I was really suffering. And I moved to a place where I can swim in the ocean every single day if I want to. And I have been swimming a lot. And that desire has allowed me to up level and feel so good in my body, so that what I'm here to bring into the world comes from overflow rather than push, force, exhaustion. So your desires are actually generous, and they're part of your design. And if you can admit it to yourself, it's going to be the first step to really opening up to the next, what we're moving into, to really, we're in solstice, right? We are smack in the middle of the year time. This moment in time, this can be your home run year. This can be your most fruitful year that you have ever had in your entire life. You've already had things happen this year that are propelling you forward to having that December 31st moment where you're like, wow, this was the most amazing year of my life so far. You've already taken actions. You've already done things to set you up for that. And you've already had painful moments to break down old structures to free you into what your soul wants. And so right now is a really beautiful time to just drop in and go, ooh, splash dive into your desire, into what you truly want, and then really move forward, which we're going to do together, into creating that. Okay, the second manifestation accelerator is being a disciple of your dream, being a disciple of your dream. So I want to be really clear on this. So being a disciple of your dream has everything to do with taking action, but it has nothing to do with the speed and the force and the push. And I have to go fast and I'm running out of time. You have plenty of time. And I'm so tired of that narrative that says you're running out of time. You're timeless. You are literally, we are timeless beings. We are tapped into infinite supply. We are tapped into source. We are creators. We're literally antennas if we are willing to remember and get out of all the fear thinking and tap into presence. We're literally antennas for source, for creation. And the power is not anywhere outside. It's literally dropping in, which we're going to like expand into today and tap into, oh my God, I've been the creator all along. Like I am the one who's actually able to tap into infinite supply that's yearning to pour, that's always available. It's not even yearning. It's just pouring in at all times. It's just, am I available for it? So being a disciple of your dream is aligning with your right frequency, your right rhythm, your right speed that makes you available, that makes you receptive to the stream and to the field that is supplying you with energy, life force, resources, finances, the right people, the awarenesses you need to clear certain things, to clean up your social landscape, to make space, to go to an event that's calling you, to break out of the fears, whatever it is. So it's really about devotion to that calling inside of you. It's like an earnestness. It's like it's having that such devotion to it that you're focused on it every day. It's not about neurosis. It's just about, wow, I get to create this and this matters so much to me. It's like this plant I water every few days and I'm always checking in on it and it's gorgeous and it's flourishing. Why? Because I'm devoted to it, because I love it, because it makes me happy to see the new sprouts, that keep popping open. And all I'm doing is being devoted to its needs. Your dream is like a seed that we get to water, right? You get to water. So it's not about speed, or imagine if I was like, I have to water this plant so it grows faster. It will die. I will literally drown it and it will rot. So that lie in society, it's just like, okay, I can go at my perfect pace. You know how long it took me to get to a thriving business? 10 years. I had my first paying client 2006. 2016 was when my business was just started running itself and having more than enough each month. So I wasn't in feast or famine anymore. Some could see that as failure. I see that as success. I didn't give up. I just kept going, right? So going forward slowly is still moving forward. You will reach your destination if you don't quit and you go at your rhythm. Okay. So being a disciple of your dream, what do you need to put in place in order to grow your vision into your reality? Okay. The third manifestation accelerator is to consistently clear energetic blocks. So just imagine for a moment, you know what you want. I really need to know. Oh, Leon, number one is um, owning your heart's joyous desire. Owning your heart's joyous desire. Yes. And I would love to know some of yours, please. Or otherwise, I'll just use a client of mine's example as a starting point to leave my corporate job and not be an employee. I so hear you. Not clear yet where to go from there. So this is so beautiful because you're clear on your first step. You know, just like I did, you didn't know what you were going towards. You just know that you want to leave your corporate job and not be an employee. So what is it that you want? And like, it's going to be important to, like, for me, I didn't know where I was headed. I did know that I loved acting. So started doing theater at night. During my corporate job, I was getting on stage at night. I knew I loved travel. So I actually took while I was in my corporate job, I met my brother in Nepal. And then I traveled alone in Thailand for the first time in my life, alone traveling. And I was like, oh, holy wow, this is incredible. Like it was the most beautiful thing in the world to see Nepal, first of all, realize what was out there, and then to go to Thailand. And I took little trips too. Like I went to Big Bear by myself. Like I wanted to explore and travel alone for whatever reason. So if you start to list out those little things, you don't have to leave your corporate job and actually, yes, to being free from your corporate job, that comes. However, you can, if you know what you want, you can utilize your corporate job as an investor in the dream you're creating right now. So that job is paying you to be safe enough and stable on a, basic needs level to start working with clients or to start traveling or to take that cooking class or whatever it is that inspires you. Yeah, faith to trust, know, believe, and let go. Yes. Okay, we're getting there. That is definitely part of it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so once you have that clarity, you're really starting to open up. So, the question I would ask, if you don't want to be in your corporate job, what do you want? Like what do you want to feel? And this is a question for all of us. What do you want to feel more of? What do you want to feel more of? I want to take my business to the next level, step into the fullness of my potential and feel excited about it all. I know you, Mathilde, and you're already living it. Mathilde does unbelievable work with women around embodiment and somatic healing and all this gorgeousness. Yes, first, I just want to feel healthy and energetic in my body. So just breathing that in, feel that. And I want to go back to Mathilde for a moment, because some of you might have this going on where you're not drinking in what's working now. And that might be your block, is always looking ahead and not realizing that by savoring what you have now, it expands. Okay. First, I just want to feel healthy and energetic in my body. So how beautiful, Jane. So really feeling that, where in your body right now do you feel healthy? Like I really encourage us to tap into what is working so that we can start to own what is working and welcome in more of that. Okay, feel peaceful and joyful, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What makes you feel peaceful and joyful? A house by the beach. Beautiful. Yes. Okay. So consistently clearing energetic blocks is the third. So this is really about investing in yourself, time, energy, money. And I'm really curious about, um, so let's say I'm going to use my client as an example who she works in a traditional career. She's currently she just launched her YouTube channel. We've been working privately together and she's unlocking. Okay. So like her message is coming out. She's done confident visibility school. So she like cleared her visibility blocks and she birthed her freaking YouTube channel like 2 weeks ago. So she has 3, 4 videos up already. And now, so she's being a disciple of her dream by making a video every week. Now, the third step is constantly clearing or consistently, not constantly, consistently clearing energetic blocks because the blocks come up, the fears, right? So for her, it's like I've been working with her she had a massive block of like everyone around her has to find peace and be okay before she can invest in her dream. So her biggest block is something I call the bleeding heart block. It was like, oh my God, but my mom is suffering and my adult kids are suffering. Like, who am I to live this great life while people I love are hurting? Can anyone relate to that? Or the world is hurting. And so she started to see that it was a massive trick in her mind, that she wasn't going for her dream. It was just a way of like she was trying to fix her kids and mom, and they were like not having any of it. They're like, stay out of my business. They didn't ask for that. They don't want that. And even though they're suffering or struggling, and she has the most beautiful heart in the world and has resources that can help them, the thing that's going to help them the most is investing in her energy. Because what happens is they see her shining, they see her thriving, and that energy pours out, and her example starts to change the field for them. But if she's coming from fear or this, what I call the savior slump, then, and she's not taking care of herself, and she was going dark, like she was going really dark, falling, kind of jumping in the hole with people she loves to try to save them, and then falling victim herself. So really, as empaths, it's like we have a choice. Do I become a black hole and suffer with everyone else? Or do I stand as a lighthouse? Do I invest in myself to shine my brightest so that I can actually be a beacon of light? So this is a really key distinction. And if you're tuning this out, like for some reason, I'm getting a sense some of you are like literally just tuned out, then you need to like watch the replay and listen to that part again. Okay, because this is such a common one. The excuse to not invest time and energy and money into yourself because you're so hooked on trying to help everyone around you that you're dry and brittle and exhausted. So if that is your block, then there's a beautiful opportunity to pour into yourself and clear your energetic blocks and yeah, gradually just start blossoming into your full potential. I needed to hear this today. Yes. So good to hear. I want to feel more freedom, joy, and vitality in my body and mind. I love gardening, walking in the countryside and creating jewelry. All these times I feel in flow. So good. So you have part of your map. How often do you enjoy these things? Scale of 1 to 10, like 10, I'm always making jewelry and walking in the countryside. I garden often. 1, never, but I love it. Let me know. Okay. Yes. Retired teacher here. I want to write children's books and do self-care workshops for teachers. How freaking beautiful. I've done some workshops, not sure next steps to do. Okay, we're going to clarify that today. What are your next steps? Publishing my picture book is a bit of a block. Thank you. Okay. You kind of just answered the question. Yeah. So oftentimes we're going to get into action in a moment. Okay. But I feel this is important. Oftentimes what blocks us is the vision is too big. And so like, let's say I want to write a book. What's going to stop me is the idea of writing a book because that is way too big, right? So like the first book I wrote, the way I finally published it after 10 years was realizing I needed to chunk it down into chapters. So it was like, oh, I'm just going to write a chapter this month. And by the end of this year, I'll have 12 chapters, or you could do a chapter a week if you go faster, right? So if you chunk it down, that's going to help a lot. Like, okay, my next step is to just write that one story or to draw that one picture and put some typography next to it. And accountability is huge. Okay, so the fourth manifestation accelerator. And so imagine, so my client has this dream of living in another country. She actually wants to buy a place in Spain, travel the world. She's a healer. She's also a gifted speaker and teacher. She has this vision, but imagine if she wasn't willing to be visible. That's what we've been working on. Nobody can find her, right? The way, for me personally, what moved me from corporate America was I took that first step by, I actually started studying. I went to University of Santa Monica. I did a master's in spiritual psychology. And so that actually got me into this powerful, sorry, I'm just letting people in, got me into this a 2-year in-depth awakening process and training that I did the first few months of my corporate career. I mean, the first few months of the program, I was in corporate America. So even while I was in my old life, I decided to actually take action and be a disciple of my dream by acting on stage at night. And then I started to take this course, this master's program, on the weekends. And I started feeding this dream, watering this dream. Next thing you know, the company, because we are creators, I tapped into creator instead of victim. How am I going to do it? I don't see a path for myself. No, I was called to sign up for that program. I was called to get on stage as an actor. So I kept doing those things. And then poof, 4 months into that graduate program, which by the way, was $10,000 a year in my 20s. That was like half of my income a year. I don't even, it was like impossible to come up with that. But when you have a dream inside, it's possible. Like I just knew, you know, when you know what your next step is and you take that next step. So that's exactly what I did. And 4 months later, AOL bought Warner Brothers Records and they gave me severance. I had a choice. You can move into another department or you get severance. AOL is going to pay you and Warner Brothers is going to pay you. You're going to make double to leave the company. Can you guess what choice I made? Like many people stayed. I was like, see ya. And by the way, I wrote like a group email to the whole company. And the quote I put when I said goodbye to the company was Robert Thurman's quote, which was something about, I don't want to slip into my grave preserved and perfect. I want to slip in sideways, like all like just, it's a really good quote. I'm botching it, but it basically was something about being fully alive and going on an adventure. And I was like, see ya, like I'm going on my adventure. So when I shifted my energy, the universe gave me possibility. And it was like, okay, she means business. Like she just signed up for a $10,000 program because she is crystal clear that's her next step. And boom, everything showed up to meet me. And that changed my whole life. That program gave me an entire career. Like it gave me my whole new life. So yeah, there's just so much goodness there. But blocks came in, of course, fears, doubts, all these obstacles. And so this has so much to do with making sure that you're clearing your energetic blocks. You know, this oftentimes takes a mentor, help, those sorts of things, which we will get to. But okay, the fourth step is, or the fourth manifestation accelerator is being visible and sharing your unique voice. So for me, I made a YouTube channel. Like I started a YouTube channel just like my clients, not to get anything, but I was like, I'm learning so much. I went to India to become a yoga teacher. I had graduated from with my master's in spiritual psychology. I was like, how come no one's talking about this ability to heal ourselves and like these transformative tools? I have to share this. Like, not everyone has $20,000 to go to this program for 2 years. I'm going to share it on YouTube. And so I started sharing what I was learning and my growth. And little did I know that led to an entire audience that eventually led to an entire business. The path presents itself step by step, starting with desire. The desire is your light. That next step lights up, you take it. But if there are blocks in the way, like visibility blocks, energetic blocks, it's going to be difficult. But we're going to get to that map in a moment, like how to clear certain energetic blocks. So being visible is a huge one. I'm not going to go way into this. This is my favorite one, because who here knows that you have a message inside of you that you're here to share? Just let me know in the chat, put voice, like, or message. Yeah, just put voice. Like, you know that you're here to voice something. You have something. You may not know exactly what it is yet, but you know you have something you want to inspire others with. Let me know in the chat. Yes, voice, 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 voice. Yes, voice. Okay, and then there's a message here. I think it's private. I don't know. What if others were blocking your visibility? So what if others are blocking? So I would need to know more about the situation, but that is an old program that's saying that people out there are in the power or control seat of your life. So you have an opportunity to really see that there's a pattern going on inside of you that says the authority is out there and it's not your fault. We all learned that. Okay. Every single one of us learned that. And so your path, we'll get to it, but is going to be a path of remembering that you're the authority and becoming your own safety. Okay, I'm jumping ahead, but becoming your own safety so that nobody can block your path, so that you're just so clear in your energy that you become a blazing star. You know, you just shine so bright and it kind of burns off blocks and limits. So, but I really feel you on that. So that's a deep conversation we can have. Being visible, sharing your unique wisdom is huge. And I'm loving seeing how many of you are owning that you have a message and you know you're here to share it if you're not already. The fifth manifestation accelerator is generously making paid offers. So some of you are like, what does this have to do with manifestation? Okay, so manifestation, I love Denise DT. I don't know if you know her, but she's a money block, like a money mindset coach. She's awesome. She has a really cool podcast called Thrive and Prosper or something, Chill and Prosper. And she always says manifestation is just marketing. It's just making something real. It's letting people know about your paid offer. Like, that's manifestation. And for me, the reason I was in this spin cycle or really feast or famine is because I was really good at voicing value for others. And I was super, super generous, but I was not generous with making offers because I thought it was greedy. I thought it would make me look pushy. I was a pleaser, like a massive, massive pleaser. So I didn't want anyone to dislike me. And money is like a testy subject for many people. So I was trying to avoid that. And so generously making paid offers is generous. That's intentionally there, because when people pay you, they pay attention. When people notice, like, the things you invest in, are you more likely to show up? You know, I'll give you an example. I was supposed to go to, not supposed to, but there was a free workshop offered to me by someone I'm studying with today. And I didn't go because I was like, you know what? I actually want to prepare a little more for the workshop. But had I paid for it, I would have been there, right? It's just, it holds one accountable, but also there's only so much someone can learn from a free YouTube video. But in a program, they'll get the full transformation. And if you say to yourself, I don't want to be greedy, so I'm not going to let people know that I have this amazing product or program, then you're actually being greedy because that person wants to pay you to learn from you and get your whole distilled wisdom, knowledge, insight from your program. So I really want this light to switch for some of you if it's a block for you, because for me, it was a massive block. And it wasn't until I hired a business coach who cornered me and said, you need to clear that belief that you're being pushy. And I want you to send an email today with a crystal clear offer. And I was like, I remember hitting send from MailChimp and I was sick. Like I literally felt like I was going to be sick. That was in 2016, I believe. And that was when my business went from feast or famine to steady, beautiful, prosperous, overflow, reliability. So notice, the word generously here, because manifestation has so much to do with marketing. Just let people know how they can pay you, or how they can learn from you, or how they can join your community, or how they can, do whatever it is that you have to offer. Okay. So the sixth manifestation accelerator, and by the way, this isn't just an accelerator. It's like, who has a block here? Just let me know, put money in the chat. Who has a block here? If you have a block here, just put money. Okay. The sixth manifestation accelerator is becoming your own safety. Becoming your own safety. Yeah. So I'm seeing money, 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 money. Yeah. Let's take a deep breath for a moment. And exhale it out. And I just want you to tap into your gift. So many of you said voice, which means you have value in your voice, that you have something to share that is of value. And just tap into that for a moment, that pot of gold that is inside of you, just like me at Warner Brothers, feeling frustrated in an office because I felt this gold inside of me that I knew was super valuable. I didn't know what it was yet, but I knew there was way more inside of me that was just sitting untouched, untapped, like a gold mine. And just feel the power of your voice and of your message. And I just want you to imagine for a moment that it's reaching those people. And maybe you're already reaching people. It's reaching all the people it's here to reach. There are no limits to your willingness to express your voice, that you're serving your message in a really powerful way. Feel what that feels like. And imagine you just stepped on stage. You feel really good in your body. You feel really healthy and vital because you've been putting yourself first. You've been putting your energy first, knowing it's the most generous thing because it allows you to be with people in sovereignty and radiance rather than fear and savior slump. And so you're on stage and you feel, God, like this message that was planted within you, like there's no mistake to your story, to your frequency, to your look, to your voice, to the way you share, to the way you walk, to your whole history, to everything associated with you. You're one of a kind. There's only one you to deliver this message. Even if thousands are sharing the same thing, there are people needing it from you because of your story, the way you share it, and the energy that you share. And just feel into the freedom. And you might even place your arms up and out and just like let this energy that's all around you, this field that we're always in, just let your whole body and whole being receive energy from your breath and from the field within and around you. And just imagine yourself completely free to share your voice and your message. And even if fear comes up, You can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, and you know that you're safe because you've got your own back, because you've developed the skill of becoming your own safety. And that means no matter how others perceive you, you're serving your message. You're being a disciple of your dream, and you have your eye fixed on the prize. You know exactly who you're here to serve, what you're here to share, and you take such good care of yourself because you are the instrument. Just like a pianist takes such good care of the piano, would never like bang on the keys or leave it in the corner dusty. No, that's the instrument. So just taking a deep, deep breath in and exhaling out. And I'm curious in the chat, let me know how many of you feel safe to share your voice publicly and share what's really inside of you. And like just being honest and gentle with yourself here, or just very honest and like, I feel amazing sharing my voice and message. If you feel safe sharing your message, put safe. And if you feel unsafe sharing your voice, put unsafe. Okay. And by the way, this, I believe, just I've seen it so many times in my life and my clients and students' lives. Being visible and becoming your own safety is a path of enlightening and awakening because it's going to bring up all your shabeep. It brings up all the crap, all the fears, and then applying love to those places is very, very powerful. I mean, imagine feeling peace no matter where you are, who you are with, right? That's what this work can do. Yeah. I do safe, unsafe, 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 unsafe because I value privacy. Yeah, I hear you on that. Unsafe, afraid to be seen. Sometimes safe, sometimes unsafe, 80% safe. Okay, really, really powerful. Yeah, so good. And oof, the thing that I zone in on is, first of all, thank you to those of you who are out there sharing your message. Rama is saying 80% safe, and I know she's out there sharing her message. Thank you for that. And to those of you who have a voice, a valuable voice, and you feel unsafe, I zone in on that because it doesn't have to be that way. You can feel totally safe sharing your voice and your message. I used to black out on stage as an actress because I was so freaking scared. So I would have no recollection of what just happened. Night after night, I would do theater, I would do showcases, I would go to castings. I was like torturing myself until I finally learned. I wish I would have had me now, then, because I didn't know how to become my own safety. So it was a much more painful ride. But there is a path, yes, to becoming your own safety. And by the way, Confident Visibility School, so it was a live program. Now I just released it this week, which is a 6-week program to become your own safety if you do struggle with visibility. This week, I'm doing a crazy offering for this week only, where you can use the code sunshine and get I'm not even going to tell you the discount, like the offering, it's just until Sunday. If you have visibility blocks and you're like, I really have this message inside, I want to clarify it and I want to feel safe delivering it, you're going to need to feel safe in your nervous system, because we can only create a manifest at the level that our nervous system is regulated and safe enough to have all of that and to share and be seen. So if you want help with that, go to thediamondprocess.com/school and type in sunshine. I'm telling you early, but that is going to give you a really powerful surprise. And you have this program. I'm never going to do this again. This is just solstice, summer, magical offering. Okay. So the code is sunshine until Sunday. All right. So the 7th manifestation accelerator is, and by the way, I just made an offer. That's a paid offer. Does it have to be hard? And I'll even do this. go to thediamondprocess.com/school, type in sunshine. You're going to be delighted at the ability to get this program and clear your visibility blocks and become your own safety and confidently share your beautiful message at an unbelievable rate. So is that shady? Is that slimy? Is that pushy? Is that bad? Is it wrong? Like for so many years, it was just it's so silly. I wasted so many years in my business not sharing. I was suffering because I wouldn't just make a simple offer and give those who need it the chance to like say yes, right? Okay. So I model that because it all gets to be easy and it gets to be fun. Okay. So the seventh and final, by the way, there were 6 to start. And then today I was like, no, there are 7. There are 7 manifestation accelerators. It's just such an obvious one that I didn't include it, which is mentor with someone who's living the very life or thing that you want to be living. I struggled so many years because I thought it was noble to do it myself. Oof. I'm not even, anyway, my income 4 times the year that I hired a business coach. And when I went to that 2-year program, that gave me an entire career to learn from people who are living the life I wanted. So which of these for you feels like your next edge where you have an opportunity to accelerate your manifestation? Do you need to get clear on your desire? Do you need to water the seed, take action every day on that desire? Go at the speed that's right for you. Just like go forward. Like, are you not taking any action? Do you need to clear the blocks that come up when you even think about voicing what you want or going for it? Do you not have any tools to clear your visibility blocks or your energetic blocks? Do you have everything in place, but you just need to be seen? Because if people can't see you, they can't buy from you, they can't learn from you, they can't help you, they can't be helped by you. Is it visibility? Is that your next edge? Are you being visible, but you're just not telling people directly how they can pay to work with you? Are you not being clear about what you have to offer? Maybe it's like a product or a beautiful art piece or artwork or, something that you sell, but no one knows about it. Okay, so it's monetizing that if you're in business or want to be. And the 6th is, do you have everything in place, but you're not taking action anywhere because you don't feel safe? So you don't have a deep relationship with yourself and the tools to become your own safety. And instead, you're a victim of circumstance and of the world out there, really needing other people out there to validate you to feel safe. If so, this is a glorious opportunity to up-level your ability to manifest, okay? Because you feel safe in your nervous system, because you have full control over your own ability to be kind to yourself. And the 7th is, have you just never worked with someone? Have you never had that support from somebody who's living, not preaching, but living the thing that you want? So this could be a powerful manifestation accelerator if that is you. Okay, so let's take a deep, deep breath in. As we are coming to the completion of the workshop today, I want to go through an energetic map so you can tune into your body and yourself and see very simply where you are and what your next step is. Yeah. Yeah. Unsafe and afraid to put myself out there. Both. I'm working on this one. Thank you. Yes, highly recommend Visibility School. Yes, it is. It will change if you have challenges being visible and sharing your voice and knowing your message, it will change your life. It's so good. Okay. Okay, so this is very simply your chakra system. So we're just going to go through it really quickly. I am safe. This is do you feel safe in your body? So the first thing is I'm here. I feel safe. I'm here, I'm present, I'm in the world, I feel safe. Do you feel safe in your life? You know, if you do, if you're just present and you're enjoying your life, but if you're locked in the mind really heavily, then there's probably some safety issues. Or if you're hiding out, safe equals small, right? So like that's like hiding because there's a lack of safety. This, if you feel safe, then the second step is I want. That's like a natural thing in the second chakra. I want, I desire. You know what you want, and you can see it very clearly, right? There's this gravitational pull to what's for you. The third is once you know what you want, then you act on it. You take action on it. You are a disciple of your dream. You water that seed. You take action on it. Then, as you're taking action, guess what? The blocks come up. Yay! Because they're there to help you clear the blocks. Like you can't expand into confidence unless you are actually going for the thing you want and hitting up against discomfort. So you're going out of your comfort zone, hitting up against fear, obstacles, whatever it is. And now you're applying love to the places inside that hurt. And that allows you to shine really powerfully. So your courage is going to come from taking the action and knowing you can trust yourself enough to hold yourself compassionately through, like a mother holds like a true mother holds a scared child through the process of courageously going for what you want. That is Confident Visibility School. I literally walk you through the process and you become your own safety, your own mother as you're creating, like becoming visible to yourself and then becoming visible in the world. It's a really beautiful journey. So then you express. So first we're creating this clear map and this stability, and then you're expressing, you feel able to go out there and share your voice and share your message, and you're a disciple of that message. And from there, you can see, instead of being locked in comparison or fear or whatever it is, you actually can see those you're serving and the purpose, the mission you're on, and you keep your eye on the prize. And you also see that you're one of a kind, that you're beyond comparison, and you are incredibly connected, wise, powerful, and unstoppable from this place because you can see why you're here. And nothing's going to stop you. Other people's criticisms, judgments, your own mind challenges, they no longer stop you because you see the vision, you see the prize, and you just lovingly, it's like you're one pointed, like a hawk. Okay. And then finally, in this whole process of going for what you want, being in service to your message, etc., you practice these different tools and you start to awaken to this place where you realize, oh my God, I know who I am beyond even this personal experience and all the ups and downs. There's like a deep spiritual awakening that can happen. So what is your next step? What is your next step given everything that we talked about today? What is your next step given everything that we talked about today? Just taking a really deep breath. And I say taking a deep breath because oftentimes we're breathing really shallow. Manifestation is nothing more. Creating the life you want is nothing more than taking what's inside of you and making it your reality. So we just discovered that you need to like feel safe in your body, know what you want, have the courage and the self-worth to go for what you want, to have the tools and practices to be loving to yourself when you feel afraid, because fear does come up inevitably, and to know what your message is and to share it and to actually have the courage to make paid offers and serve your message powerfully. And then to stay fixed on the prize and in tune with who you really are, so that all of this becomes a natural state of being rather than so much force, push, or pressure. So what is your next step? Do you need to get really clear on your vision and draw it out and get honest with yourself about what you really want secretly, what you want? And do you know exactly what you want, but you need to break down a plan and put together your next actions? Or do you have blocks in your nervous system that are keeping you from moving forward that you just need to uh, learn how to regulate your nervous system and become your own safety? This time together is great, but it's worthless unless you leave and take action. Okay. So if you just take one nugget from today and take action on that, then there's a powerful momentum that can come into your life. So what is that one action for you? Yeah, number one. So get clear on your vision and to feel safe and stop staying small. Become more clear. Okay. So how are you going to feel safe and stop staying small? What's your plan for that? Do you have support in that? Become more clear. Stop worrying about how others will react. Become more clear. Stop worrying about how others will react. Take necessary steps. Beautiful. And so let's say you put content out there and somebody reacts and they are like, I can't believe you said that. You don't know what you're talking about, or they say something horrible to you. How are you going to stop the worry when it comes up? And Pia, beautiful, clear blocks of fear of visibility. So how, how are you going to clear these blocks? So whatever you choose to do out there, like wherever you go, I just highly suggest you get the support and the tools to clear the blocks in your physical body. Because guess what? They don't live in the mind. The blocks are in the physical body. When we stuff our emotions, they live in the body. How do you actually clear that out? So I have all these programs where I help clients create their online courses. They get really clear on their soul signature message. They create these beautiful programs. I have trained coaches in the past. I've done this amazing work. And then I realized they just wouldn't take action. They have all the gold in them and they wouldn't take action. Nobody freaking knew that they are the best in their field, or that they have all this talent, or they have this product that can really help people. So then I created Confident Visibility School, because I was like, if they're stuck in visibility blocks and fear and doubt and obsessed with other people's opinions, it doesn't matter how gorgeous that soul signature course is that they took from 30 years of experience of their lives and put it into this powerful program. No one's going to buy it because no one can see them. No one even knows they exist. So living in another country or living their dream, it's not going to happen because they won't even make the YouTube video. So if this is something you want support with, I have very, very, very good news. And that is that Confident Visibility School, you can literally start today and over the next 6 weeks, have a massive transformation, and just use the code sunshine because we are in summer solstice until Sunday, and you are going to get a massive, massive gift. Okay. So if you want this, come and join me. And it literally walks you through a really powerful process. Otherwise, find someone to support you. Find someone to support you, because it is a massive trick in the mind. There are two types of people right now. You're in one of these two camps, and one is, I'm just going to wait until I feel confident. Those are like the waiter types. I often say they're the waiters and they're the creators. The waiters are the ones who are like, I'm just going to wait until I feel confident. Like, I know exactly what I want. I have the vision board. I see what I want. I know I can impact people. I have this amazing message, and I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until I feel confident. And those are the waiters. They wait and they wait and they wait for some like strike of insight or some like magical moment where they suddenly feel confident, and they spend their whole lives waiting and resenting And then there are the creators, and they're similar in that they have like this vision. They're super excited. They know exactly what they want. They know they have this valuable message that can help people, but they're not willing to wait a second longer. They're so tired of waiting. And so in order to go from being waiters to creators, they make a choice like I did that day when I hired a business coach or when I signed up for my master's program, which was massive. Like it didn't even make sense. It was $10,000 a year. I did not have that. But they're not willing to wait a moment more. So that moment I went from waiter to creator and my whole life changed. And I went at my pace. And I can't even imagine what would have happened if I hadn't made a choice, a solid choice. I would not be frolicking in a gorgeous country I love, doing the work that is so beautiful to me, having full, complete control over my calendar, my time. I wake up when I haven't used an alarm clock in like, I don't know, 15 years. Like I can't even remember the last time I used an alarm clock unless I'm getting on an early flight. So if you want to create the life you want to create, it is going to require clearing the obstacles that keep you in the waiting game and in staying small. And so whatever that is for you, I really encourage you to take that step. Okay, take that beautiful step. I'm giving you a really easy, affordable, powerful, transformational step. In 6 weeks, everything changes. But your step might not be confident visibility school and regulating your nervous system and becoming your own safety and becoming ultra confident sharing your message. Maybe yours is something else and you know what it is. Maybe there's someone else you've been wanting to work with. So go for it. Right? And so this is my encouragement to you, not to waste a moment longer, because the life that is waiting for you is freaking glorious. And it's one step at a time. So let me know in the chat what your next step is. What is your next step? And I'm going to put in the chat, so you all have it, and then just use this code if you want to join. If you want to join, use the code sunshine. So yes, clear blocks of fear of visibility, to be clear on how to find the clients. Okay, so are you clear on your message? Do you know who your clients are? Do you know who your ideal client is? To work with you. Yay! I can't wait. Come and join. If we have limited beliefs, we create limited results in our actions. Yes. You're welcome. You are so welcome. I made the choice to invest in Veronica's coach training, and it literally changed my entire life. Thank you for your frequency, V. It was powerful. Oh, I love you, sister. Yeah. So become a creator. Beautiful. You are so welcome, everybody. And I just encourage you, we are living in really transformative times. And the beauty that's in your heart, the light that's within you, it is here to be shared. And so what I started this workshop with around the power and what you felt as a little tiny kid who was like, I know exactly what I want, and would go for that thing, still lives inside of you. The work is not adding anything to you. It's just clearing the blocks and the obstacles that have limited you from being all that you are. And that's the good news. You already are it. You have everything you need inside. And so you taking really good care of yourself and going at your own pace is going to just bring so much light and beauty into this world. So I thank you. I thank you for that and so much more. You're welcome, everybody. You are so welcome. You're welcome. I posted the link up above, so you can just click there. It's thediamondprocess.com/school, and the code is sunshine, and that is good until Sunday. And then some of you, by the way, oh, so many good things. I'll share it on my newsletter, but I have like really exciting news about a retreat in Portugal that is coming up as well. Jason and I are giving a retreat at the end of October in Portugal. So if you want to do something like that, actually email my assistant, Tara, at veronicacresto.com. I haven't even announced it yet. You are the first to know. But that's going to be really freaking powerful. And it's called The Joyous Journey in Portugal. It's going to be in the south of Portugal in the Algarve on gorgeous beaches. And it's going to be magic. So if you want that, just email my assistant and we'll get you more information. All right, everybody. I love you. Thank you for saying yes, being a disciple of your dream, becoming your own safety, shining your light, being visible, sharing the gold that is inside of you, and taking exceptional care of yourself and your body as you move forward with what you love. All right, everybody. Oh, thank you for being here with me today. All my love. Mwah. Bye.